So today's class is about a simple spring mass system. So it is all about studying the natural frequency of a spring mass system. So a spring just does not denotes only a spring. A spring can be a representative of various elements which absorb the energy. Okay. So for an example, if there is an absorber in form of any solid, or if there is a rubber which is used to absorb the energy, all those can be modeled like a spring. A spring generally stores the energy in form of potential energy. So in this experiment, we will simply study one spring and what is the natural frequency of this spring when it is subjected to some kind of load. Let's say we have applied one mass m at the end of this spring, and through this mass m, the spring has deflected by an amount x. Then we know that F, the force, is equal to kx, where F is equal to ma. M is the mass and A is the corresponding acceleration, and k is called spring stiffness. And it has a unit of Newton per meter. So when we give this deflection, it means that we stretch this mass downwards. So the spring starts vibrating in longitudinal direction. And when such a vibration happens, theoretically the frequency of such vibration is given as 1 by 2 pi under root k by m, where k is the stiffness, which is F by x. So x is the deflection which we can measure. F is the force or mass we have applied here. And in this manner, by using this equation, we can determine the natural frequency, which is a theoretical frequency of the spring. Similarly, we can also do the experimental study where we can give the deflection of the spring, and then we can watch, or we can measure the 10 vibrations, 10 oscillations, so that you can measure the experimental natural frequency, which is nothing but 1 over the time period. So in this experiment, you just have to see whether the experimental natural frequency is equivalent to theoretical natural frequency or not. So in this manner, we can check various kinds of spring. It may be helical spring, it may be circular spring, it may be radial spring. So all those springs follow the same kind of equation somehow. So that's all we will apply in this experiment. We will apply various kinds of loads, various amount of load, and then we can check whether our theoretical result matches with experimental or not. So vibrations springs are very important part of any machine or instrument which is transmitting huge power, and it is subjected to high amount of vibration. Almost every machine which has high degree of vibration has some component in form of a spring or in form of any component which stores energy in form of potential energy. And a spring is also accompanied by a damping element in most of the system. Here we, in the next experiment, probably we will consider some kind of damping also and how this damping affects the spring. But in today's class, we will only study the spring mass system and its natural frequency. So that's all for today. Does anybody has any question?